Greetings. I would have to agree. I would say a lot of people will be facing harsh judgment. The whole planet is under judgment. Simple enough. It's just with my questions, where's the other temperance sun energies? Where's the other temperance sun energies? But my understanding is what's going to be coming out is that individual's entire life was manipulated and full of lies, and that's fine. That's fine. What comes around goes around. Yeah, that's what I think. You know, when I hear that Californians don't help people and San Luis Obispo is underwater, you know, the only difference between, you know, the San Luis Obispo officials and the INFJ Mystic is I didn't get caught in the flood like you did with Camp Mystic, Texas. It's just what it is. Just what it is. Let's do a starseed read, shall we? I hear Dr. Hawk-Tuh girl responsible for the New Mexico deluge has now teamed up with Dr. Lowe at Harvard. You've got it's what it is. I mean, I would say that if you try to sell an earth angel on the black market, then war angels that come in with the destruction that follows and carry off human traffickers and sell their ass in space somewhere. It's just what it is. I mean, that's what I would think. Who knows? Who knows? What comes around goes around. You tell me what the polarity is in that. It's what it is. God is all that is. Angels, archangels, ascended masters, the divine white light. I said I'll be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. So, I mean, when you've got entire groups that are worried about the energy manipulation they did that caused harm and damage to other humans, I would say it's over insurance money. Simple enough. Life insurance at that, oh God, that's got to be even worse. They made money off the death of their people, but that's what the society was founded on. And you got to think, it's just what they do. That's why they're under harsh judgment. Simple enough. Simple enough. And when I hear readers say, Pisces, you have to make a decision or a decision will be made for you. I understand. That's why I gave it to God, and we're letting God's wrath make the decisions for us. I'm just waiting for the next natural disaster named after someone I know. I mean, we already had Aaron picking up speed on the East coastlines, sprucing up the smell in New Jersey. Spruced up the smell in New Jersey. It's just what it is. Now, San Luis Obispo is getting life-threatening floods. It's just what it is. They don't help people, and water represents emotion. Thank you for that, Spirit. Water represents emotion. So God just feels like they need more representation of emotion there. Simple enough. Simple enough. Thank you, Spirit. It's just what it is. And, you know, when I hear readers talking about all of this illegal surveillance and all of those things because they want to study something other than themselves. They want to know someone else true other than themselves. And then said, you know, their judgment will be even harsher. They will come back as the materials that we create on. And that's a joke. And you know, I don't know if you've ever heard that joke, but when I hear you say that, I think it was it Dane Cook that said that shit, said that God was going to make you come back as a tree, and he's going to let a lumberjack chop you down and drag you through the woods and fucking print the Bible on you. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And Alanis Morissette is God. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. You can't. Some things you just can't change. You can't change the fact that Alanis Morissette is God. And Loki was the Earth Angel, and I can't do anything about that. Thank you for that, Spirit. As simple it is. Been afflicted, and Matt Damon is just what it is. Now you got fucking Team America running around like a bunch of Matt Demons trying to get it figured out. Triggered by the light. That's the shocking part. Is when you know that your light triggers their demons, and then you get a caricature by some art. Who knows? An artist adaptation of our president. But I mean, if I was to relate that artist caricature that is in my community page of your president pointing at the crown of thorns, pointing at the light that triggers the demons. He would, if I were to mirror that piece of art to another fashion of art, that would be the evil monkey in Chris's closet from Family Guy. Triggered monkey demon. Thank you, Spirit. It's what it is. And I mean, to come out on Fox and Friends and say that you're going to hell, low on the totem pole to heaven, that would make sense. That would make triggered demon sense. Certainly would. And then you have Harvard come out with Dr. Lowe. And when I think of Dr. Lowe coming out with, spaceship information, right after one of the readers picked up war angels bringing destruction to the planet, and right before one of my mediums had a vision of, ships being boarded, and it's what it is. The synchronicities are uncanny. We're doing like the Pisces reader that said, Pisces, follow the patterns. And I am. Just here in Rusk County, Texas, where the state mental hospital is, they had Lowe Rado. Her name was Lowe Rado. And I would think that she was a lower ray on the do scale. Do, low, ray, do. Anyway, she cooked a dog and blamed it on the devil. And the positive to that is Tarot let me know before it happened. We were looking for it. We were waiting for it to happen. It's just what it is. We just keep waiting for these events to happen because these people would be possessed. They would be triggered and possessed with greed, jealousy, envy, all of those, different deadly spirits of influence. They're being influenced by greed, influenced by jealousy, influenced by envy, whatever the light triggered, whichever one of those spirits of influences was triggered by the light. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Thank you, Spirit. That's what it is. They can't believe the transformation. It's just like Dolores Cannon said. If the mind is powerful to make you sick, to make you a sick, greedy goblin, a sick, jealous Jezebel, or a sick envy elf, if you it's freaking virtual fog. That's what it is. And thank you, Angel, for the aspect of Project Bluebeam. As soon as I read that, I thought, is that how you cook the frontal lobe of a Harvard doctor? It's just what it is. Project Bluebeam, is that what they cook Harvard's frontal lobe, since that's the front lobe for Harvard currently on Fox? It's just what it is. Who knows what Fox is up to? You can't trust these people. It's just what they got. No self-love. They're just. It's just what it is. They're happiness haters. They have no love in their hearts. They're fueled by greed, jealousy, envy, and the fear of getting caught for eating babies on an island. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. For entertainment purposes only. Yeah, and I look at that shit going to hell in a handbasket for entertainment purposes only, just like I do San Luis Obispo underwater, and the Dr. Hot 2-Girl American Dream of the New Mexico Deluge. But when we've had confirmation, ooh, did you see that? Oh, well, y'all getting some orb action in your homes? It's just what it is. I get orb action in my home. Thank you, Spirit. It's simple enough. Simple enough. Y'all getting the gold flashes in your eyes? Yeah, you ought to learn to see energy in the air and activate your astral sight. You see all kinds of cool shit. Just called the planes of light for a reason. The astral realms of frequency and light. That's what it's called for a reason. And it's always there. You just have to have the vibration to match it. When your light matches the fucking planes of light, chances are you're already there. Simple enough. Now, when I hear that you readers talking about how they harvested energy off of the sun, and now they're feeling run down, depleted, ill. I heard that you were feeling ill, headache, fever, and a chill. It's just what it is. My answer to that is, let my Cameron go. Little little karma Ferris wheel viewers day off. It's just what it is. We're taking the day off from the wheel of karma. It's just what it is. Thank you for the third eye opening. Ooh, 10 completion. Look at that. All came in at one time. Third eye and completion. Thank you for that. It's just what it is. Just what it is. Cards in the upright. Cool. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that little switcheroo? What is the focus on this starseed situation? Yes, people just aren't on their life purpose. If you're not on your purpose, you're on someone else's. And I mean, everybody worried about someone else's life purpose basically means they forfeited their own. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about people giving up their entire life purpose and now having to do all of this over again, be it as a little baby vehicle or the creative materials that we create. They're going to come back as arts and crafts supplies. That's just, I'm still laughing at that. That's funny. And it is. That's a Dane Cook joke, whether he knows that or not. Dane Cook told a joke like that. Pretty sure it was Dane Cook. If it wasn't, correct me in the comments. So we talk about the lumberjack chopping down the tree, dragging it through the mud by a chain, taking it to the sawmill, shredding it down, mulching it down into paper, and then printing the Bible on it. Fucking atheist. Doesn't believe in reincarnation. Energetic shield. That's what it is. We're energetically shielded from all of this negative influence. That's what it is. I mean, I'm probably going to be taking a little break, and then I probably won't. Who knows what I'm going to do? It's just what it is. What is Pisces waiting on? The next natural disaster named after one of you. I hear San Luis Obispo, California, Lowe County. I hear Lowe County is underwater. It's just what it is. I hear Californians don't help people, and water does represent emotion. So, I mean, when you're lacking in the emotional realm of things, it looks like, God just sends a representation. He sends one of his messengers. It's a warning. It's a warning that, you should have more emotion. You should be helping people more. If not, then God's going to fucking flood you. Simple enough. Awareness of the situation. Yeah, meditation. It's just what it is. I hear a bunch of spiritual haters are pissed off at the fact that, you spend a lot of time in meditation and working on your remote viewing abilities and scrying and things of that nature. It's just what it is. When they talk about that gift of sight that the Earth Angel has, I can remember my first experience scrying. I was sitting in a park bench in an apartment complex, staring off into my big toe, just going INFJ, consciously unconscious. It's called the consciously unconscious INFJ, tapping in for a reason. Anyway, I'm watching people fight in my fucking toe. I'm like, what? They keep wondering, how does Pisces know? How the hell do you sit there and watch people fight in your big toe? That's weird. That's just weird. And then, I look up and here come people outside of an apartment. Oh, running out of battery juice. Time to recharge. Yeah, nature's wisdom. It's what it is. It's just what it is. How do you have premonitory visions? Simple enough. It's just what it is. I mean, you can go to Google and Google INFJ Psychic, and it'll tell you that we're the whole fucking spectrum of what the fucking clairs. It's just what it is. You have to develop them. What are we exploring? Yeah, self-love. You have to develop your abilities. And super shout out to Angel. That's what it is. Call your energy back. All right? If you guys don't have a good technique for grounding and calling back all of your energy across all time, on space, and dimensions, now I would say the difference between me and a San Luis Obispo official that is underwater right now is the fact that when I call my energy back from all time, on space, and dimensions, my past lives were not in this dimension. It's just what it is. I had a past life that wasn't in this dimension. That's what it is. My QHHT session, if they'd asked, they would have known that. If they would have asked, they would have known that. There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. And that's what it is. I mean, when you've got all that energy across Pisces tarot land, that there are a lot of Pisces that are a force to be reckoned with. They have a light that triggers demons. It's what it is. We want to open up the lines of communication with those individuals. We certainly want to make sure they're okay. We definitely want to make sure they're okay. It's just we can't worry about all those that are being punished by God, facing severe judgment under God's wrath. We can't worry, but we can't get in the way of that. We have to let nature take its course. We have to let nature take its course with all of that. That's what it is. I mean, as these groups continue to, Suffer vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. They touched the anointed. They did. They harmed the prophet, touched the anointed, harmed the sleeping prophet. Probably while the person was asleep. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. You know, if it's not women in Texas cooking dogs down the road from Master Lowe named Laredo, then it's Harvard doctors named Avi Loeb. Loeb. Dr. Loeb talking about spaceships and shit. It's just what it is. Now, I wouldn't want to think that a Harvard doctor would be a triggered demon like Dr. Hawk, to a girl in New Mexico. It's just what it is. However, seeing the synchronicities line up of human trafficking, children missing, this, that, and the other, trying to sell an Earth Angel, and now you got spaceships coming with war angels and the destruction that follows in the cards. It's just what it is. Seems like the math is just mathing. The math is just mathing left and right. However, Fox knows all about that. It's on the news. So I don't know if y'all watch the news or not, but it's what it is. I mean, if they're either starting to get smarter or they're still trying to be slick. And there's nothing slicker than San Luis Obispo, California underwater. It's just what it represents. It's the same representation of New Mexico. It's just what it is. No emotions. No emotions. Water represents emotion. So, you know, when you're lacking in that arena, chances are we just flood your arena. It's just what it is. It's what it is. Anyway, we're looking for that temperance sun energy. So yeah, so y'all, when you guys find that, give me a call. Give me a shout. Leave me a comment. That's what it is. We want to find that temperance sun energy that's in fucking unstoppable mode. So you can get things done with that. You can get things done with that. These other people being punished by God, you can't get shit done with them. They're for entertainment purposes only at this point. You know, Pisces will be witnessing your karma. Sad as that is. 1700 on the clock. That's what it is. Namaste.